Okay, I missed that. I just fired my first shot. 150 grain core, spear, lead, Spitzer bullet, I believe. But I seated it too deep. So the velocity is high, 2050. So that was a good pressure rating test. Let's go check out if I even hit the target. I'm happy to say I'm on paper before I was on paper before I even fired my first shot. I'm not going to adjust anything because that bullet was seated like 0.3 too deep. So I'm going to fire 4 more and we'll adjust it from there. 2,000 feet per second, that's pretty high for a blackout 150 grain. All right, we'll do 4 more. Try to figure out where it's ejecting and read the velocity off to you as I go. $2036. 2050. 2036. I guess that is the velocity of it. What is that? 3? One more. $2023. I can see through this scope. This is a very nice scope. They're all together about way too high and way too high to the right. So I'm going to adjust my scope and fire 5 more. She always waits till I'm making a video to mow the grass. Every damn time. Alright, I adjusted it quite a bit. Let's see what happens. Lock back. I was reading the velocity. They were all between, this was the low one, 2027 and 2050. So 23-foot spread. That's pretty good. Let's see what happens up here. I'm pretty sure I did my adjustments exactly backwards. So that's the first shots from the rifle. And then I adjusted to go here, and it looks like I probably went over here. So I'm going to reverse what I did and double it back, try to get it close with different ammo. But that's pretty good for 50 yards with ammo I didn't really try very hard with. Alright, I forgot to record again. I just fired 5 shots of 168 grain Sierra hollow point boat tail with 17.5 grains of Reloader 7, about 1750 feet per second. I did the opposite on the scope dials as what I did before, so hopefully I'm on the paper. Alright, I'm on the paper, but holy shit. Alright, I'm way down here now, which I only adjusted it that far, but that's how much more of a drop the 168 has. So even if I had it zeroed perfectly, between the two ammos, they're drastically different. So I'm gonna kind of meet in the middle for now and pick an ammo and stick with it. I'll try 5 more. All right, let's do the last 5 supersonic ammo. Man, I'd like to see where this brass is ejecting, but I keep forgetting to look out of the corner of my eye. $16.95. $16.96. I believe it's going directly to the right. $17.18. I didn't look that time. I'm gonna look this time. $16.93. $17.17, and it locked back. Seems to be good velocity, but let's see what the target has to say. The target says I'm doing a piss poor job today, but you'll have that. Oh well. I'm gonna zero it to factory 0 and run those 3 subsonics just to get a velocity reading right now. All right, I'm gonna try these 3 subsonics and call it a day with this thing. I'm gonna zero it back out. 0 and 0. And I got 3 of those subsonics in here by Ammo Incorporated. Stealth ammo. See what happens. $9.50. $11.68. That's not good. That's supersonic. $11.35. I believe that's supersonic. I think $11.28 is the limit. So 2 out of the 3 were not subsonic. Now, if I had a short barrel, they might have been, but that's a huge velocity discrepancy between 950 and 1168. That's terrible. That's why you should reload your own ammo. You can be way more consistent than a factory will ever be, because the factory doesn't give a shit. They just dump the powder in and go. And no one pays attention, and they don't read the velocities. I mean, it might have the same accuracy. I've had it where they're the same accuracy. I don't see it. I might see a hole on the paper, so maybe we'll go look. Because sometimes you could have a shot be 2,500 feet per second and the next shot's 2,700, and they both hit where they're supposed to. So it's not always the case that it's off, but it's just poor quality control, you try to avoid companies that do that. That's why I make my own ammo, because I can know precisely exactly how much powder I put in. My ammo had way better velocity. I believe I'm going to buy more of these spear bullets because, first of all, the group's pretty tight, and second of all, the velocities were even. Third of all, they're cheap. I think they're like 25-30 cents. And I see exactly 0 holes on this paper. So I'm going to load up more spears and zero it to the spears and just use these spear 150 with, I forget how much, 300 MP powder. I used a spear load data from spear.com, 300 blackout load data, Alliant MP 300s, or I forget what it's called. It's some weird name. It's something 300 MP. It's Magnum handgun powder that I found cheap. All right, thank you for watching, comrades.